But this is what auspiciousness is, that you feel it from your heart, which is awakened. The heart must be awakened. In the heart resides the spirit, which is not yet flowing in our consciousness, in our central nervous system. It resides there, the joy itself. I don't know if you have ever seen phosphorus taken out of the water and how it just gets ignited. It's like that inside the Maya, the illusion, that spark is there. And when this Kundalini rises and touches that spark, it starts emitting its joy. It's auspicious. Unless and until you have that within you, you cannot feel the auspiciousness of others. Take a coconut, for example. Put it the other way around. You won't get vibrations. If you put it this way, the coconut coming up, you'll get more vibrations. There are certain coconuts who give you very good vibrations, some give horrible ones. And you know, human beings also have coconuts. Some of the coconuts give such beautiful vibrations, and some of them do not. Some of them are tired. Some of them are nothing but like a balloon of Mr. Ego. Or some of them have nothing but super ego in them. So this coconut is to be made auspicious. Now, how it is connected with spirit? That is a very important one. How our brain is connected with spirit. Whatever I'm telling you, you need not believe me, but you'll find it out for yourself that whatever I'm saying is the truth. Your heart has the spirit, the light, and the heart has got 7 auras around it. And these 7 auras get enlightened by the spirit. But before that, it's a very instantaneous, or we can say a simultaneous happening. When the Kundalini rises, there are 7 centers also in our brain, in the sense there are the seats of the centers. These 7 centers are represented again on the seat. You know that very well. All the Saj Yogis know where they are. So when these centers are enlightened, the aura start shining in the heart. And this center is actually the center seat of the spirit. The spirit has moved from there and has gone to the heart. That's why in childhood you'll find there's a opening here. It's a very soft bone called as fontanelle bone. Talu is here. Because the spirit comes out from there and is settled on the heart. You know, spirit also come out in the night sometimes, goes around and sees. It's so. When these centers in our brain get enlightened by Kundalini, one by one, first they are enlightened here, then in the brain, then the auras in the heart start getting enlightened. Ultimately, when this center, which is the center of the heart here, Sahasrara, this point, when this one gets enlightened, then the spirit also gets enlightened fully. And then these auras become doubly shiny. then the auspiciousness is in many dimensions starts expressing itself. But to keep that light on, one has to keep the Kundalini over here. Then what happens? Then we are ruled by our heart's indication than by our brain. How? Because the heart has the spirit which emits vibration. It is not the brain. And you depend on your vibratory awareness after realization. The more you depend on your vibratory awareness, the more you use your heart, your spirit, not your brain. The more you use your brain, again you go down. Because it is taken over now by the spirit. For example, after realization, when you start thinking about it, people can think of anything. I can tell you, I've had such experiences that they would think that why Mataji is wearing a sari like this. Even to this extent, see, they can do. But if you can just leave your heart to work it out and don't think, because you are in thoughtless awareness after realization. If you try to maintain that state, pay attention to your heart and let your spirit emit itself so that it clears out completely the confusion of the brain and everything. Then you'll be amazed that you cannot lose your vibrations. You cannot lose your realization. The simplest way is, we have found this way, that after realization, if you go for 7 days treatment with soaking feet before my photographic workshop, but immediately when I say my photograph finished, the ego comes up. Why her photograph? First thing comes up, who is she? I may be nothing. All right, agreed. I'm nothing. But I've raised your Kundalini. I've given you realization. I must be something after all. So why worry? I'm not taking away anything from you. Then you start establishing your auspiciousness, the sense of auspiciousness. Once you have established it, then you do not lose it. You don't like then inauspicious things normally. If there's somebody inauspicious, you say, Mother, no, we can't do anything about this gentleman. All right. Afterwards, when you become very strong, you don't mind working on anyone whatsoever. But gradually you have to go up to it. I understand that. But I can't understand people using their rationality to understand Sahaja. How can you understand this great power with your limited rationality? I can explain to an ant about your politics, but I cannot tell you how this divine power works. One day he asked me, Jamel, numerically, to what extent it goes, to what dimension? And when I told him, he said it is incalculable. I said it is infinite. You cannot calculate. If you put two mirrors facing each other and put some object in between, you cannot calculate how many reflections you'll get. Even that you see, but you cannot calculate. But here I'm talking about something that does that, which creates it. You cannot calculate all the molecules and the atoms of one element. But I'm talking about somebody who has created them and who in every molecule pulsates. How can you understand with this brain? You can only become one with it and enjoy yourself. Why worry? Why do you want to count the molecules? Why this madness? It would be like a bad man going to the seashore to have a nice bath, starts counting the small little pebbles and the grains of the sand. Get in, enjoy. You become. This is Advaita, where you become one. All religions teach Advaita. Advaita means where there is not the other. Ananya. You become one with that. With the whole ocean, you become one. A drop becomes the ocean. All the powers of the oceans are there. That's what it is. But there are some people who say we believe in Dvaita. No, why? We don't want to get lost. And you are not lost. You become the whole. But they want to keep their small limitations, you see. Now, what is that small limitation they want to keep? It's called as Mr. EGO, which is a myth. Which is a myth. It's such a big myth, is ego. Because what do, human beings? Let's see. What do? You make a chair, all right. See, people are even proud if they can make a chair these days because nobody can use their hands these days. You know that. It's everything done by machine. I don't know, they cannot create human beings, otherwise they may try that also. So what do? You create something dead out of dead. Everything is dead. Whatever you have created is dead. Have you done any living work? So one lady got very angry with me. She said, yes, we have created a tube baby. I said, you have not created. It was all there. The life was there. You just brought it together and it worked out that way. It's nothing. It's just like egg being, what do you say that? Egg, they put it in the incubator. It is that simple thing. You have done nothing. You have put life into it. Have you? Let us confess it now. We cannot convert even one flower, transform one flower into a fruit. Let us admit it. What is this ego then? I do this and I do this. I would like that and I would have this and I. Who is this Mr. I who cannot do one living thing? Just ask yourself. Very simple. So, to reach a conclusion is a myth. You do not do anything. As that many times I have told you that some people going by train put all their luggage on their head. So they said, why are you carrying so much luggage on your head? They said, because we want to reduce the weight of the train. This ego is like that, sitting on your head. I do it, I do it, I do it. But by brainwashing you, I cannot reduce. How? The myth has to be broken. The myth breaks when Kundalini rises. Then how you talk is a very different language. It is not coming, it is not going, it is it. It becomes a third person. Then your power, which is flowing through your hands, you see that going through your hand, which you are maneuvering. You don't say, I am giving you realization. You don't. You just say, it is going, it is rising, it is not coming. Even if it is your son, you say, I cannot give now, what to do? Like a lady came with me to America once and she was very anxious that I must give realization to her son and all that. So I told her, look at this. Now you have come all the way, I know, for this purpose. But now if the Kundalini doesn't rise, do you want me to say that he's realized? No, Mataji, I know it doesn't rise. Then I said, you give him a realization. I cannot give it. All right, you try. Said, but it doesn't rise. I said, then what to do? If the Kundalini is not coming up, what can we do about it? So, the Kundalini has to come spontaneously. It's a living process. But after realization, you start doing living things. can raise the Kundalini. You can pulsate the Kundalini. I don't know about pulsation so far. I have not seen any surgery doing, but you can raise it all right. You can give realization. With my photograph, it works better. You can give vibrations now to the to the plant, to the fruit, or to any flower like this. If it is dying, it will come to life. If you give vibrations, say, to a field of or seeds of say wheat, they can be multiplied. They can be 10 times more than what they are. Now you have started giving vibrations to the trees, to people. You are doing the living work. Now you have become the ocean of life. So far you were not. Because the power of life is to give life has come in. Now you are living. Before this, you were dead. In the sense that you were worshipping a dead God called ego. Now it's a living God within you, is the spirit. Once you start accepting your spirit, all your priorities change just like that. Because spirit is joy and happiness. Spirit is essence. So you start losing all your interest into other things. This is what is when your auspiciousness is of the greatest height. That even your name can create something great. And photograph can do wonders. If you become auspiciousness, you are the holiest of the holy. For that, you have to get rid of some of the dirt and the dust. You have to get rid of some of the false notions we have and the myths of being. Some people have a myth that they are guilty, and some people, as I told you, have so many myths. But for giving up, this Kundalini works out. You allow her to work it out. It works.